Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I have a video response for Shoeboxlegends 100 subscriber contest. Uh, Shane has a great channel, but before I get into that video response, I have a couple housekeeping measures I want to go over before I get into that video response. The first one is my final update on those who have entered my 400 subscriber contest. And I'm going to put those people who have entered, qualified for the contest up on the screen here. I have 31 entries. If you do not see your name on this list, please put a comment in this video. Let me know that you posted a video. I've done a pretty good job making sure I've found all the videos responses out there. But if I have missed you, please let me know. Let me know again in the comments of this video for me to go check out the video. You have until Sunday, May 23rd, midnight Eastern time. That'll be the last time I start doing a check to make sure to see if there's anyone else out there who has entered the contest. Good luck to everyone who has entered, and thank you to all of you who have entered. 31 video responses or comments for those who don't do videos is just overwhelming. It's great, wonderful. So thank you. The second is, in my previous video, I did a trivia question, and there were some of you who put your guesses into the answer of that trivia question in the comments of that video. So I'm going to go over the answer here. Now, here is the question that I asked in my previous video. Which major league team has the longest active no-hitter drought? All right, there's just a no-hitter the other night by the Yankees. Was it 6 or 7 no-hitters this year? It's crazy. But anyway, there's one team that currently stands as the longest who has had a pitcher throw a no-hitter. Now, normally what I do with my trivia questions is I will flash the answer up on the screen. This time is a little bit different because I actually have the answer to the trivia question on a baseball card. So here is the answer to the trivia question. All right. Now, it comes from 1982 Fleer. We have the perfect game thrown by Len Barker of the Cleveland Indians. And Diaz was the catcher. It was 40 years ago, May 15th, 1981. And here's the description on the back of the card. Len Barker, Cleveland's veteran ace pitcher, and Bo Diaz, the all-star catcher, both participated in a perfect game on May 15th, 1981 versus the Toronto Blue Jays at Municipal Stadium. Barker struck out 11 batters and walked none to give Major League Baseball its first perfect game in 13 years. And it just happens to be the last time that the Cleveland Indians had a pitcher throw a no-hitter 40 years ago. There's the answer to the trivia question. I know a few of you did say the Cleveland Indians, so well done there. All right, so we have the contest update. We have the answer to the trivia question. Now let's get back to the video response for Steve Shoeboxlegends. And of course, I will have a link to Steve's channel in the description of this video. Definitely go check him out. 100 subscribers, trust me. I know most of you have been there. That first 100 is really tough to get to, and then it becomes a little bit easier after that. I think he's really up to 120 subscribers now. Collects hockey, collects baseball, some basketball, I believe. And how can you not like someone who has a Hank Aaron rookie card in their collection? Gotta love that. So What Steve wants in his video response is he wants to show off a sentimental card that's in our collection. Not necessarily the most valuable, but just one that has some sentimental value to us, and also a collectible that's in our collection that is not a card. Now, obviously, given my background there, I have a lot to choose from, but I picked out one special item that I just love as part of my Wade Boggs collection. So I'll talk about that last, or show that off last. The first one, I actually have two cards that I want to show off that have a just that are sentimental to my collection. And in fact, Steve or Shane did a video response for Steve Speaks recently, and in his video response showing off 5 of his top cards or favorite cards in his collection, he showed off his first Mickey Mantle card from 1966. Now, this isn't so much, well, it's somewhat special because this was my first Mickey Mantle card in my collection. Now, if you take a look at it, it's not in the best shape. I don't know if you call that way off center, miscut, a combination of both, but it is an authentic 1964 Topps Mickey Mantle. And the way I've shown this card off before, I think I've told the story before in an older video, as well as this other card I'm going to show off. But this was a perfect opportunity to show this card off again and tell the story as well as the other one. But the story behind this one is I moved to the last house that I lived in the fall of 1979. So this was probably in the early 80s. Someone lived down the hill from me and was hanging out, and I mentioned that I collected baseball cards or something, and he said, "Oh, I have some cards from a relative. I don't know if it was an uncle, cousin, whatever," and had a group of 1964 Topps cards. Just a stack of, I don't know, maybe not even 50, maybe 40 or 50 cards, something like that. And I can't remember. I don't think he gave them to me. I think I bought them off him. And back then, I don't know, maybe it was like $5 or $10 I gave him for the cards. He wasn't really into cards. And I was flipping through them, and there was now again, they were all beat up. This one was the worst miscut one. But I'm going through them, and there was a Harmon Killebrew, a Yogi Berra, some league leaders cards, one with a Hank Aaron, one with a Carl Yastrzemski, and then I come across this one, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll if you want to get rid of them, I'll take them. And like I said, maybe for $10 back sometime in the early '80s, I picked up, and I was stoked to own a Mickey Mantle card. Now again, this if I had to send this for grading, maybe an A for authentic, maybe a 1. It doesn't matter. Okay. As you can see here on the back, that left hand side is gone, but it's complete. You can see all the stats and everything. But yeah, there is my first ever Mickey Mantle card. So it has a very sentimental piece for me in my collection. Now the next one, this one takes the cake. And I can't believe I saved this one thing. This would have been from probably 1982. So I'd have been 10 years old playing Little League. During one of the practices, my mom was talking to some of the other moms of the kids on the team and so on, and mentioned about, they started talking about baseball cards and stuff. And one of the parents said to my mom, "Hey, have your son check some of these cards, the error cards and stuff." And she had probably from her purse or something like that, a piece of note paper. And she wrote down all this information about, hey, look for this card number or this player, it has an error or this whatever, and some estimated values of what they were. I don't know how, but I still have that note from that my mom wrote down all this information from. And you see here, Schaefer, that's Schaefer's Card Shop. They are still in business. They're my local card shop to this day. Um, again, very important piece here to my collection. But what I want to focus on, and you can see here, I think these are mainly looking at some 1982 Fleer cards. There's a no number error of the Schmidt Rose Boa triple threat. At the time, that no number error, I guess, was worth $3.50. And again, remember, I'm 10 years old. So if you go down on the bottom here, card number 369 from 1979 Topps. My mom either misunderstood or wrote it down wrong. Bumper Wills. It wasn't Bumper Wills. His name was Bump Wills. And over here, there was an error card. So he played for the Texas Rangers, but on the 79 card in the error, it shows him playing for the Blue Jays. And that error card, which was more common, was worth around $3 at the time. But if you had the corrected version, which was rarer, it was worth around $7. Right? So again, this is around 1982. And for a 10-year-old, where I would get an allowance maybe of 50 cents a week. I keep that in mind. So I went home. My mom told me about this. I went home. And sure enough, I had the corrected version of the Bump Wills error card. Now, as you can see here, this isn't in great shape. There's a little ink mark there. Corners are dinged. The centering is a little off. That's not important. The fact is that this card right here, this card is responsible for all this craziness that you see behind me. Now, again, it morphed into Wade Boggs and all this stuff, but this really, I'd buy packs. I started in 1978. I'd buy a pack here or two and stuff like that, and hey, that's cool. But this was the card that really jump-started my interest in collecting baseball cards back in 1982. And now that I'm getting into buying graded vintage cards, now predominantly Hall of Famers, I did pick up the PSA copy of the Blue Jay error in a PSA 9, and I'm still on the hunt for the corrected Rangers version, and I'd love to get it in a PSA 9 as well. So that is, those are the two cards, but the main card that is sentimental to me for my collection, started it all 43 years or whatever the total is right now later. I'm still doing it. I'm still having a blast. I'm still enjoying this hobby. So the last one that Shane wants us to include in the video response is a collectible that is part of our collection that is not a card. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to change some views up here so you can get it. Let me switch back here to this main view, show it off, and then I'll show a closer view of it. As you can see, I have a lot of Wade Boggs memorabilia, and some items I have are game used. And my favorite game used item of Wade Boggs is a game used bat, and hopefully the light here won't distort it here. This is a Red Sox game used bat. It's a B349, and it's signed by Wade. It says Wade Boggs, game used Red Sox, HOF 05. Now this bat, I did some research. It dates to the early 90s, so toward the end of his Red Sox career, and after he had his 5 batting titles. So unfortunately, this didn't come from one of his batting title years. But just check out that pine tar, and on the handle, and there's his number 26 at the end. Has a cupped into it there. And let me switch it over here and show you a more closer look. Go over here. There you can see the bat barrel a little bit better. B349, Boston Red Sox, Wade Boggs, game used Red Sox Hall of Fame 05. I didn't get this signed in person. This is how I bought it. But check out, I mean, it is still sticky. I mean, all that pine tar. Um, that is just, I just absolutely love this bat. And you'll see here on the handle as well, lots of pine tar. So there you have it. That is, there we go. That is my video response for Shane Shoeboxlegends. Shane, congratulations on 100 subscribers. I'm sure you've been waiting for a long time to reach that 100. Now you're at 120. You're on your way to 200, 250, and so on. You have a great channel. Definitely check it out. Like I said, he has a wide range of cars to suit most tastes. If you're into, like I said, if you're into hockey, he shows off some hockey cars. Baseball, opens up some packs, has a few basketball cards. Definitely check out his channel. I know he supports my channel, so please show the love and go support his channel. Um, that's all I have. I'm just going to end it there. If you like this video, appreciate a thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.